2 birthdays. That makes sense, man. How's it going? Do you support Trump?
Hey, how's it going? Yes, I do.
Why is that?
Because I think he is the first thing that is going to stand in between us and Islam.
Yeah, go ahead, explain.
He's making it very clear that we are not going to support any Sharia law.
Would there have been Sharia law under Harris, and did Harris support Sharia law?
Oh, 100%.
Harris support. What is Sharia law, if you don't mind me asking?
Sharia law is the Muslim law that they all follow. There's multiple different laws under Sharia law. I couldn't really go step by step for each one, but I mean,
Name me a few of the laws in Sharia law.
Sure, if you're apostate, you're to be unalived. If you are a Christian or a Jew, if you're standing behind a rock or a tree, you're to be cut down by the throat.
Are you a Christian?
Yes, I am a Christian.
Does the Bible say to love your neighbors, right?
Yeah, it does. Sure.
The Bible says that Jesus had dinner with sinners, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course he did.
And we follow in Jesus' footsteps?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you ever support a Muslim ban?
Absolutely.
That's a contradiction.
How is that a contradiction?
Because if Jesus ate with sinners, and Jesus loved sinners, and Jesus says, love thy neighbor, right? The neighbor being a Muslim, right? And in accordance with your view, you think being Muslim is a sin. Whatever. I disagree with that. But let's say this is all true. In accordance with the Christian perspective, you would disagree with a Muslim ban into our country. You would disagree with that because that's against all Christian values of loving your neighbor and following in Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ's footsteps. That is a complete contradiction of Christian values.
Except for the fact where Jesus says that you are to rebuke false religions, but to also mock them.
Mock false religions?
Yes.
Okay, how do you know that Christianity is true?
Where does the word Christian come from?
I have no idea. That's not answering my question.
No, it's exactly the question, bro. It's the exact answer.
It is a question. Which Bible are you going off of? Genesis?
It doesn't matter because I'm following Christ, which is a
Christian. There's so many different
you're saying
formalities and dialects.
Precisely. You have different denominations of Christianity, but you're saying Christianity is true because
Christianity is true because Islam is false. If Islam is true, then Islam is false.
Okay, Christianity is true. Christian and Islam aren't the two only religions. You know that, right? So prove Christianity is true.
I don't have to prove Christianity is true. All I have to do is prove that Trump is standing in the way of Islamic rule.
But no, you're trying to defend Christianity, right? You're saying that a Muslim ban would suffice because you have to mock other religions and false religions. What if Christianity is a false religion? Right? Yeah. So prove Christianity is true and not a false religion. Prove it.
So who's the head of Christianity?
The head of Christianity?
Right now, the Pope.
The Pope is the head of Christianity?
Pretty much, he's the speaker.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yes.
You are like totally out of bounds and have no idea about religion.
You know the Vatican is the most corrupt organization on the planet, right?
Yeah, I totally agree. The Pope is from the fucking devil.
Johnny, I don't think he knows that Catholicism is a denomination of Christianity.
Yeah, I don't think he
knows it's not a form of Christianity.
It's a denomination of Christianity, just like
which also entails that it is a form of Christianity. If something is false, how can it be true? Are you an
evangelical Christian? Are you an evangelical Christian or a Protestant?
Absolutely not. No, I am a Noahite.
Wait, hold on. What denomination are you?
Noahite.
No, I'm not really a big religion guy.
I follow the laws of Noah.
What Bible do you follow?
I follow the laws of Noah.
Laws of Noah. What Bible do you read, or do you not read a Bible?
I read portions of the King James. I also read portions of the Ethiopian Bible. I read many different portions of our Bible.
Cool. So,
It doesn't
can
mean
you
that
prove
any
that your
one
denomination
version of our Bible is 100% true, because it's not. We don't claim that. We never have claimed
right?
that.
But can you prove that your religion is true, though?
Yes, I can.
Can you prove it?
Okay. So, okay, how would you like me to start? That's where we need to start.
Give me evidence that your religion is true.
As far as like what?
You claim Christianity is true because of Christ. Prove that Christ
Yes.
is the Son of God.
Okay, Christ is the Son of God because he claimed to be the Son of God. He was born of an immaculate conception.
Okay.
And even the
In accordance
Quran
with your view,
confirms that.
I'm gonna try to do an analogy here and see if your views uphold. First
Sure.
off, I have a question. Would you ever support a president that has been held liable for rape?
No.
Great.
Yeah, great. So Donald Trump was held liable for rape.
No, he
This is
wasn't.
true. Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. He was held liable for defamation.
He was held liable for sexual abuse, which was forcibly penetrating Eugene Carroll's vagina.
No,
with
he
his
was
fingers.
not. It was had
How much you
nothing
wanna
to
bet?
do with SA. It was
How much you wanna bet? You wanna bet money?
Yes, I would like to bet.
How
I
much-
would
how much
put
money do you wanna bet that
I
he
would
wasn't
put
held-
lots of money on it.
Hold on.
If you
hold
can
on.
find me the court case that says
I got
that
you.
Trump did that, then I
How
will
much
give
money
you
do you wanna bet
$100
that-
right now on your Venmo.
Hold on. $100 to prove that Donald Trump was held liable for sexual abuse?
Yes.
Easy money.
I will send you $100 to your Venmo right now if you can prove that Trump was
Hold on,
convicted
can you read this?
of
Can you read
being
this?
held liable. Where? Oh, look, what does that very first one say?
No, the bet was abuse.
Wait,
The bet
no,
was sexual
what did
abuse.
the very first one
Hold on,
say?
hold on.
No.
The bet.
No,
The bet.
what is
dude,
the
dude.
very
Hold on,
first line say, bro?
Michael, the bet, and Johnny is here, and there's 70 people in here that can corroborate this. The bet was Donald Trump held liable of sexual abuse, right? That was the bet, Johnny, right? I said rape at first, but then the bet that he agreed to, the terms he agreed to, was he held liable for sexual abuse. He bet $100 on that. This court case says Mr. Trump sexually abused Miss Carroll.
Scroll up.
I can't scroll. It's a screenshot.
Scroll up so I can see the whole
It's a
thing.
screenshot. What do you want to see?
Scroll up so I can see the whole thing. There's you realize that that's just the first
I
page,
mean,
bro.
anybody can
You
look at
realize
that.
that's just the first page?
If you can't see, but this first page proves that he was held liable.
No, that
for
doesn't
sexual
prove
abuse.
anything. All that does is shows what the jury said and what
Yes,
ended
the
up
jury
being the
determined his liability,
conviction.
Yes,
No,
the
what
jury
was the
found him liable.
conviction?
In terms of what?
What was the conviction for?
What was the conviction? For the sexual abuse?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the punishment that you got for sexual abuse was like what, $5 million?
No, what
$5
was
million.
what did the actual court case say for the conviction?
It was.
You
It wasn't.
just said
If
it,
you're
SA.
talking about prison time. If you're talking about prison time,
No,
he
I'm
wasn't-
not. I'm not even talking about prison time. I'm asking what the actual conviction of the court case says. What was he actually convicted of? What is his actual crime? Not what is posted
forcefully
on a
penetrating
paper.
Eugene Carroll's vagina with his fingers. That's what the jury determined.
That's what he was convicted of. Are you
Yes.
willing to go to that?
Am I willing to go to that? Do you want a source?
Yeah, like to the full extent to where if I say that you're a liar, that I can prove that in a court of law and sue you for defamation against Trump. Are you willing to go that far?
Am I? Are you? Yes, sure.
Let me
sure.
ask you something, sir.
But you see, hold on, Michael. You still
No,
owe me
I asked him a
$100.
question.
I said sure because it's true that Donald Trump forcefully penetrated Eugene Carroll's vagina with his fingers without her consent.
Is
But
that what the court case says? Is that what he was
yes, and the
convicted
judge
of?
clarified that this rape. But Michael, you owe me $100 because the bet was
No,
Donald Trump held liable for sexual abuse.
No, because that is not
Michael,
what he was
you're a
convicted
beta.
of.
You're not a man of your word.
No. Don't kick me.
Hold on,
Don't drop me
did
because
the
I will
jury-
stay
I'm not
here
gonna drop
until
you.
we come
Hold on,
to
Michael,
the full resolution
Michael.
of this.
Michael, did the jury determine that he was held liable for sexual abuse?
No.
Thank you, Johnny. Okay, what court case did I just show you? What document did I just show you?
You showed me part of the court case that happened with Eugene Carroll, but you didn't show the final court
Right.
case that ended. The one where he was actually, supposedly held liable. What does that one say, brother? What does that say? What does it say at the end of the conviction?
Yes,
What
that's
is,
the
no,
one
what
I
does
just
it
showed you.
say? What does it say at the end of the court case where he was actually convicted from what you say?
What was like? I already told you. Forcefully penetrating Eugene Carroll vagina with his fingers. Also, AP News. A jury finds Trump liable for sexual. Was held liable, and even the court case.
Okay, so rape versus sexual abuse. The jury did not find Trump liable for rape under the strict New York penal law.
Yes, I never said. I said the bet was on whether or not it was sexual abuse. That was a bet, and you agreed to that bet for $100. You owe me $100, Michael.
What does sexual abuse entail?
Sexual abuse?
Yeah.
I mean, a form of sexual abuse.
Doesn't that mean grape?
Yes, I would agree that.
Okay, so if he wasn't convicted of sexual abuse, do you think that's grape?
What? Repeat.
The jury did not find Trump liable.
Yeah, because of the law. Yes, the
for
law.
grape
Yes,
under the New York
the
penal law.
The law in New York. The law in New York during this case determined that rape was a male member unconsensually penetrating a female member. So a penis unconsensually penetrating a
Oh,
vagina,
you seem
right?
to be a little tongue-tied right now, brother.
Hold on, I stutter. So the New York law, rape was classified as a male member penetrating, unconsensually penetrating a female member. Right? You can agree though.
That's the only thing for sexual abuse in New York
for
is
rape,
just men for women.
No, at the time for rape, yes.
No, I'm not asking
at
at the time that it happened. I'm asking at the time of the court case.
At the time of the court case, yes, that's what I mean by at the time that it happened. At the time that the court case happened, rape. Hold on, rape legally was male member forcefully penetrating a female member.
The Trump found Trump liable for defamation for calling Carroll's allegations a hoax. That was it.
He was held liable for defamation and sexual abuse.
He was
defamation and sexual
liable.
abuse. Michael, you cannot deny reality. Fox News admitted this.
You just graped me. You just graped me.
Okay, go to court and prove it.
Okay. Well, under this law,
like what?
That's exactly what would happen. Because you can't prove that by me saying that it didn't happen.
Yeah. For example, if you're claiming that I graped you, and then you provide a clothing with unidentified male DNA on it, and then the court asks, hey, can you present your DNA to clear you from this crime? I will 100% give my DNA to the court, knowing that I did not grape you. Guess what Donald Trump did?
Oh,
Donald Trump refused. Hold on, Michael. Let me forward you the analogy. Donald Trump refused to provide his DNA for the court when asked, right? Which led to him being held liable for sexual abuse. So great, thank you for bringing that up.
What dress was Eugene Carroll wearing?
What dress? I don't know why does the dress matter?
Oh, the one that didn't come out for another 3 years?
That's false. It's already been debunked, buddy. You don't even.
Oh, it's already been debunked?
What dress?
Show me where that's been debunked.
I got you.
He paid off Stormy Daniels. He hasn't released the e-files. Like, how much fucking more do you need?
Well, I need you to prove.
Well, your boy's in office and in power, and that's why he's there, so he can hide all the fucking misinformation.
Okay, so where
and
was
basically
all
have
this
supreme power
under Biden then? I mean, if
but
it was
Biden, that's Bidenism. That doesn't matter. That's Bidenism.
No, I'm not asking what aboutism. I'm just saying, here, this is the fact. If it was so bad that Trump is such a bad person, don't you think that the Biden administration would have said,
the DOJ was independent, aside from the Joe Biden administration was independent. Joe Biden did not mingle with the DOJ. I can agree that I can agree that I wish that the DOJ released at least the actual document of the birthday card that Donald Trump sent to Jeffrey Epstein. I can agree that definitely would have swayed the election, but because the DOJ was independent of the Biden administration, they didn't do that. Right?
Okay,
Donald Trump doesn't make the DOJ independent. He makes it them together. That's why that's the difference between Trump and Joe Biden.
So every other president except for Trump didn't use the DOJ.
No, I'm saying the DOJ was independent from their administrations.
So you're saying that no other administration ever used the DOJ?
That's not what I said.
Well, what you're saying is that the Biden administration didn't use it.
I said it's the Biden administration let the DOJ be independent compared to the Trump administration, who put in Pam Bondi to do his dirty work.
We can all agree that Pam Bondi was a big ass mistake.
Sure,
We
but
can all
the
agree
point still
on that.
stands. The point still stands that the DOJ under Joe Biden was independent, but under Donald Trump it was not.
But who
independent.
put Pam Bondi in place?
Precisely? Who
Oh
put
no,
Kash
I
Patel,
totally
Pete
agree with
Hegseth?
you. I totally agree.
Donald Trump
He's
hires all these DUI
Trump's
hires.
the one that put him there. Yes, he did.
So why do you dispute the sexual abuse case? Why do you dispute it? He was held liable
Because
for
if
sexual abuse.
somebody
You owe
is
me
not
$100.
convicted of actually
Okay, what do you mean by
rape, then
convicted?
I'm not going to
What do you
say
mean? What do
that
you mean
they're
by
a rapist.
convicted? What do you mean by convicted?
He was never convicted of
What is
rape.
What is a conviction?
Never.
What is a conviction?
Okay, so
Well, hold on.
since
No, what is a
Trump, all of
conviction?
a sudden you guys have no idea what the legal system is?
What is a conviction? What does it mean to be convicted?
Well, gee, I don't know there, Bartholomew. Maybe that a court finds you guilty?
A court found him guilty. A civil
34
court
times.
found him guilty
Of what? What
of
did they
sexual
find him
abuse.
guilty of?
Sexual
No,
abuse.
they found him guilty of defamation.
Okay, defamation and sexual abuse. I
No,
just
there
showed
was
you the
no
court case.
there was no and sexual
The-
abuse.
hold
It
on.
was defamation.
You're just denying reality, and people like you drive me insane. I showed you the evidence that determined that the jury found him guilty of that. I showed you the evidence. I showed you the case document. It was E. Jean Carroll versus Trump. You can search
Okay,
up Fox News.
Give me your
Search up-
court
hold on.
document. Give me your
Hold on.
URL,
Search up,
and I'll
search
give
up
you
was
mine.
Donald Trump. No, search up was Donald
No,
Trump held
give me
liable
your
for sexual
URL
abuse.
that you're looking at right
I
now.
showed
that
you the
says that
photo. I
did
showed
that.
you the screenshot.
So you're unable to give me the actual URL? Are you afraid to show me what really happened?
Sure, I'll get. I don't need to give you a URL. E. Jean Carroll v. Trump. That's it. E. Jean Carroll v. Trump.
And they keep coming out.
You just said that you had actual evidence that said that Trump was convicted of rape. So if
Yes.
it's there,
I already
give me
showed
the
you the
URL
evidence. I
so
already
can
showed
look
you
at
it. This.
No, you didn't. You showed me a screenshot of the top of the court case. That's it. You didn't show me the whole document.
But the whole document doesn't matter when we're looking to when we're determining. Hold on.
No.
We're determining whether or not Donald Trump was held liable for sexual abuse. That is what we're determining. When a part of the document states that, we don't need to read the whole document when the document already states that. But let's see.
Give me the URL and let me look at it if you're not afraid. Sure.
I got you, man. A URL, you can just type E. Jean Carroll v. Trump. There's your URL.
The URL is Eugene Carroll versus Trump.com.org.net. Fucking what?
You just search up on Google E. Jean Carroll v. Trump.
I don't know. You said that you were looking at the document right now. What document
I showed
are
you the
looking
document.
at?
I showed
Michael,
you the
let me
document.
ask you something. So, for example,
You're
yes,
just a liar.
you support Trump. I get it. If this same situation was happening to, say, Biden or Obama, and there was even one or two, not only 34, do you think like anybody would be in the same position?
How about the photo with Obama pushing the little boy's
That's
head
great.
down
That's a
underneath
That was his
boat?
family.
Hold on, I got you. I got you with the URL. Hold on, are you ready for the
Was he
URL?
not?
Are you ready for the
with-
URL? I can give you a website.
Yeah.
You're
I'm ready,
too
bro.
lazy to look it up yourself. Okay. It's
Oh,
gonna
I'm
be.
too lazy to look it up myself. No, I'm too lazy to look up your information, bro. If
I
you're
gave
gonna
you the
state
information
something,
on the
show me.
screen, and then you asked for more. It's Carroll v. Trump, number 23-793, Second Circus, 2024. Search that up. It's going to be Justia Law, and then you're going to see the full court documents. It's 77 pages. 77 pages.
Okay, so Jesus, oh my God, man, dude, all I had to do was put in. I mean, I know that.
Eugene Carroll v.
I don't-
Trump.
I
Yes,
don't
that's all you had to
use-
do. Yes.
Hold on,
I told you that
don't
many
use-
times.
I don't use AI for crap. I look at everything, but all I had to
I'm
do
not
was
on
put
AI.
in Google.
I am on the actual
Whoa.
Justia Law. I'm not using AI.
I'm not using. All I did was
So all
use
you-
your information. Look,
Yes, all you do
Alls
on
I
Google.
did-
Hold on, are you on Google?
yes, I'm trying to show
Okay.
you. Hold on, just a second.
I'm basically speaking off the dome. I don't even have my computer out, so
Is this coming through? I'm not sure if I turn my camera right
It's
or
not.
not.
You have to click OK like 2 times, I think.
Okay, is that coming up?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so what does this say right here under verdict?
That's Google AI. You shouldn't read that. That could be false sometimes.
Okay.
But you have to search up. You're gonna scroll down. Carol v. Trump, number 23-793, Second Circus 2024. That's what you want to look at. I sent you an invite. I don't think you meant to one mute.
Just the easiest Google search says that the only thing that he was convicted of was defamation.
That's not true.
So why would all Google searches say that
It's not all Google searches.
If you want to do based on Google AI, was Donald Trump?
No, I'm not. I'm not even using AI. I'm using actual Google pages.
But I gave you an actual Google page. I gave you the court documents.
Yes, and I read you exactly what it said. I read you exactly what it said.
Sierra, send me a DM. Curious, but listen, I'm giving you court documents. I'm not giving you. You asked for the court documents. Did you look at the court documents?
This is gonna get us nowhere.
Because you're denying reality.
No. I'm not.
It's getting us nowhere. It's stressing me out because
brother,
you're denying reality.
Brother, I'm not trying to back out or run or anything.
No,
but
I
I'm
understand
saying,
you're not.
Listen, just listen. Just stop interrupting me and just listen for 2 seconds. Okay? I am more than willing to completely have a debate with you on this. No problem. I would like, I don't know, give me half an hour and jump on Discord and we can live stream it anywhere you want. I have 2 different Discord channels, servers. I can put you on a Discord server. I can put you on a YouTube channel. No, I don't have to go, but TikTok is just not. You mute me, and then I can't talk. So when I mute you,
talk, I don't know. I think
no, everybody keeps muting me. So I'm tired of it.
Listen, man. I won't mute you. Listen, I'll probably just interrupt you. How about that,
bro? I've tried
some interruptions. Yes,
I've tried 5 times to get shit through, and I get muted. So yes, to you, and I don't know who's muting me. I don't know.
You've only been muted once.
A mod. Or what?
You've only been muted once, and my mods haven't. Yeah, my mods haven't muted anyone. But you've only been muted once, and I think you did that on accident on yourself, because then I sent you an invite to unmute. But we've been talking. There's just been slight interruptions, which is fine when it comes to debates. But listen, we can talk about that in a bit. What if Donald Trump admitted to sexual violence? Would you support him?
If Trump admitted to sexual violence, absolutely, he'd be out. No problem.
Okay.
I do not support anybody that is. That's why I'm not.
I think I can change your mind. Have you heard of the clip of Howard Stern 2005?
Yeah, I'll be back in like 15.
So you're gonna bring up the in the dressing room thing, right?
All right, Johnny, appreciate coming up here. Yes.
Okay.
You said you wouldn't support
it was Trump. A dressing room.
Yes, he described a dressing room. Yes.
No, he didn't describe a dressing room. He described backstage.
Have you heard of the clip?
Yes, I've watched the clip. I've seen the clip. You know what?
Can I play it for the chat?
Actually, remember the actual conversation because I used to listen to Howard Stern.
Wow. Can I play it for the chat?
Yes, please.
Cool. Just so the chat is aware.
Yeah, I'll mute myself.
You don't have to mute yourself.
As the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation to do that.
So you have done that.
I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that everything is good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
So you said you wouldn't support Trump if he engaged in sexual violence. Can you agree that sexual violence is the unconsensual sexual acts, right?
And you would need to clarify acts.
Any unconsensual sexual acts would be sexual violence.
What would acts be?
Anything that's any acts that are sexual that are also unconsensual, under my definition, would just be sexual violence.
Okay. Yeah, I can agree with that. But yeah, I would absolutely not support anybody like that.
Let's see. Would you agree that the definition of sexual exploitation is going to be the attempted or actual abuse of position of power, trust, or vulnerability for sexual gratification?
No.
What's your definition of sexual exploitation?
Sexual exploitation would have to entail something of monetary value. You would have to, and it doesn't have to be actual money, but it would have to be something like, hey, you do this for me and I'll do that. And, we're going to.
Right. That's what
I
think you misunderstood. Sexual exploitation, my definition, let's see if you agree with it. I'll just repeat it, is the attempted or actual abuse of position of power, vulnerability, or trust for sexual gratification. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Still agree.
So you agree with my definition of sexual exploitation and sexual violence. It is the case that Donald Trump engaged in sexual exploitation, which is a form of sexual violence, because you agree that sexual violence is unconsensual sexual acts. And I can prove how he engaged in sexual exploitation. He said, as the owner of the pageant, he could do these inspections and go backstage. I can admit he said backstage, right? He went backstage and do these inspections. This is contradictory to the fact of what he said at the end. He said, and he gets away with things like that. Typically, when you get away with things, when you say you get away with things, you're getting away with something bad. Like if I stole a cookie and I said I got away with stealing a cookie, that's something bad. In this instance, when he's saying he gets away with it, he's talking about the inspection that he does, right? So if it were his job as the owner of the pageant, he wouldn't be getting away with it. But that's why it's sexual exploitation, because he abused his position of power as the owner to say he's doing an inspection to look at naked women.
Okay, so is he exploiting his power by walking backstage of something that he owns?
Yes, when he describes where he walked backstage being a dressing room, yes.
No, he never described a dressing room. He said backstage.
I have a question, Michael. Where do women get naked and get dressed and changed typically?
Typically, like at a clothing store, they would go into a dressing room, but in pageants such as that, they get changed in many different positions. They get changed backstage, which would just be back behind the curtain, or they could get changed in the dressing room where they're fully naked and not just in bra and underwear.
Right. Dressing room. Do you want to hear the victims of the testimonies? Have you heard the victims of the testimonies?
You mean the 5, right? The 5 victims?
Tasha Dixon.
5 of them. There was 5 of them, right?
But have you heard the testimonies of them?
Yeah. Have you heard of the 11 that said no?
Yes, I have. But let's just play this.
Oh, wait. So you've heard of the 11, but you don't want to listen to them.
More realtor agent. He just came strolling right in. There was no second to put a robe on or any sort of clothing or anything. Some girls were topless, other girls were naked.
As Miss owned the contest
To him was when we were at the dress rehearsal and half naked, changing into our bikinis. To have the owner come waltzing in when we're naked or half naked in a very physically vulnerable position, and then to have the pressure of the people that work for him telling us to go fawn all over him, go walk up to him, talk to him.
And Dixon has strong
pageant for the reason to utilize his power to get, around beautiful women.
Dixon, who lives in what?
So there's no one to complain to. Everyone there works for him.
The year she competed, she decided.
But I just like to choose what's right.
Dixon tells me she has from former statement to paint Mr. Trump as someone who would
So here's what I wanted to.
Why didn't you finish the rest of that?
Yeah, I can finish it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bowler. She said to us in a statement to paint Mr. Trump as someone who would purposely walk into a women's dressing room and ask women to come and press him is the most disgusting accusation so far. Mr. Trump has empowered me as a woman, has given me career opportunities, and defended me during my reign as Miss California, USA. In the news.
So we listened to the full video.
Wow, a little bit different. A little bit different at the end there, isn't it?
Yes, very, very, very different.
Oh,
yes,
the thing is different because he was thankful, right?
The thing is here, all of these people who came out and said it wasn't sexual exploitation or it was sexual exploitation, they all said it was in a dressing room. Maria Belgado said it was
she didn't say that person never once mentioned a dressing room.
Miss California?
The one that you just played?
Miss California, that you just played? Yeah, we're reading a statement that says that she empowered her as a woman and given her career opportunities. And then she said they were to paint Mr. Trump as someone who would purposely walk into a woman's dressing room.
No,
and
that's
ask
not what
women.
she said. She
I'm
never
reading the
once
quote.
said that he
I'm
came
reading the
into
quote.
a dressing room.
Walk into a women's dressing room and ask women to come impress him is the most disgusting accusation so far. Mr. Trump has empowered me
Are you
as a woman,
seriously?
has given me
Are
career
you really
opportunities,
going
and
to use
defended
that
me
as your
during my
evidence?
reign.
The reporter?
No,
The reporter
hold on.
saying it?
You asked me to play it. You wanted to hear her.
No. The person that was accusing him, did she ever once say dressing room?
Yes.
Ever?
Yes.
No, she didn't. Not
Tasha
once.
Dixon, yes.
No, she didn't. Not once. Did you listen to the recording?
I did. I listened to her saying that
So
women were
play it
naked.
again, bro. Play it again. Maybe listen harder.
Michael, I'm not
Play
going
it
to
again.
play
No,
a
play
minute
it
and a
again.
half.
Play it again. You had to play the reporter part, so play her part again.
19 years.
Our first introduction to him was when we were at the dress rehearsal and half naked changing into our bikinis. To have the owner come waltzing in when we're naked or half naked in a very physically vulnerable position, and then to have the pressure of the the people that work for him telling us to go fawn all over him, go walk up to him, talk to him.
And Dixon has strong opinions about what she thinks.
So where was the dressing room
I'm
part?
telling you, Donald Trump owned the pageant for the reason to utilize his power to get, around beautiful women.
Dixon, who lives in West Hollywood, was 18 at
Where's
the time.
the dressing room
Who do you
part?
complain to? He owns the pageant. So there's no one to complain to. Everyone there works for him.
The year she competed,
Still
the theme was
waiting
empowering
for
women.
that part.
Hearing recent audio of Trump talking about women, she decided to speak out.
I miss Arizona, so I veer more on the conservative side. But I just like to choose what's right.
Dixon tells me she hadn't heard.
Where's the dressing room part? I'm still
We
waiting
did
for
reach
the
out
part
to
where she
several.
says he's in the
So
dressing
you
room.
made me replay that. Now let me explain.
No, I don't
What
need an explanation. Where
I'm gonna
was the
explain what the
dressing
claim that I
room
made.
part?
You can agree that when women are naked, it's in a dressing room. Yes. It's
No,
a specific-
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Hold on. Women get naked in public,
Yeah, all the
in
time.
a public space.
Yeah, all the time.
Name me one example.
You've ever been to the gym?
Have I ever been to the gym? Yes, and there's locker rooms,
Yeah.
women's locker rooms and men's locker rooms. Yes.
And what happens
Yes,
if a
not
girl
where men
walks
are around,
out?
yes.
So there's no men around in the weight room when a woman is getting undressed
Not in the
and
locker rooms.
changing into
Not-
her
not
gym
in the women's
clothes?
locker
No,
rooms.
I'm not asking. Did she ever say he was in the locker room? No, he didn't.
Trump
So what
described.
I'm
Hold on.
talking
Trump
to is
described that there were no
after
men.
she comes out.
Trump said that there were no men around.
No. I don't. Doesn't matter what he said. It's what they said.
That describes a locker room. Hold on.
No, it doesn't. It describes backstage.
The victim said that they had no
The
clothes
victim
on, that they were
said-
naked. The victims and Donald Trump and the victim said that they had no clothes on, that they were naked. Donald Trump also said that there were no men around. It's so obvious that that is a dressing room, and you're just denying
Anywhere they
reality.
say that it was a dressing room?
Victims, yes, some victims did say it was a dressing room. I'm not sure, like
No,
the
they
actual
didn't.
specific words. Yes.
No, they didn't. Show
Yes.
me. Pull up one. Pull up one.
Again, I
You
said I
pulled
don't
up
know
one
in
that
specific
was
which name.
completely false. You just lied, so I want the actual quote, man. I want a woman that said he was in their dressing room and did stuff.
No, about walk backstage in the dressing room. That's all I'm referencing.
Backstage. Yeah, backstage.
Where the dressing room is backstage.
Where anybody who's an owner is allowed to go, right? Anybody who's a part of the pageant is allowed to go.
Not in the
right?
dressing room. Men aren't allowed in the dressing room.
I never said the dressing room, did I? Or did I say backstage?
I'm
Just
the
like
one who said dressing room, so
everybody
you're
else in
implying
the
that.
cases. Yes, sir.
So this is the title of The Guardian. A Miss USA contestant Trump barged into the room, and then you scroll down. There we go. Separately, BuzzFeed reported that on Wednesday several teen beauty queens from 1997, Miss Teen USA Trump entered a communal dressing room while several of them were naked. One girl was 15 years old at the time. And then that's talking about another Miss Teen USA contestant who was corroborating what Trump said, that he didn't do anything wrong. And then even this one, the chaperones made an announcement that he was there and he would be coming into the dressing room. So the people who say that there was no inappropriate behavior and he announced himself, they all said a dressing room. A former contestant said, right? So this contestant is trying to back Trump and say he's a good person because he announced himself, but he announced himself to walk in where? A dressing room. And then Miss Teen USA, where there was a 15-year-old girl, it was a dressing room. So both victims, a victim that doesn't like said it was sexual exploitation, said it was a dressing room, and a victim who tried to, or not a victim, or I guess a victim if they were sexually exploited, but they're trying to defend Trump. They also described a dressing room right there, quote, dressing room.
Okay, yeah, I agree. That's exactly what it says. I've looked up the article, exactly what it says. I'm not gonna lie about that. So
That's what the point that I was trying to say. When I say people that support Trump and people who don't support Trump, they said dressing room.
Here's what I'd like to ask you then in the follow-up to this article, since I've now read it all. So when did this article come out?
This article, The Guardian or Snoops?
I
think both of them came out like 9 years ago. Oh, Snoops came out 9 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope, came out in 2024. So
the Guardian came out 9 years ago.
This talking about
2024. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, Snoops came out in 2024. The one that I just read to you that you saw on your screen was 9 years ago. Guardian was 9 years ago. Snoops was 2 years ago. Yes. That's why.
Okay,
why I got it confused.
Yeah, the Guardian. Okay.
Yeah,
so
the Guardian was 9 years ago. Snoops was 2 years ago. Yes.
Okay. So according to that, yes, in 2024, that was reported. Your reporter says she's from Al Jazeera. So why wouldn't I think she has a bias?
A bias towards what? What is her bias towards?
Her bias is towards anything that is not under the Islamic rule. And do you think that she's going to give any consideration to anything that an American says? No, obviously not.
Yes, because we can see that there's no bias within the interview. The interview is with the victim. She was reporting what the victim said.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
I'm looking at it right here. It's not about the victim. It's what she says the victim said, not what the victim said. That's why I'm trying to ask you about the actual reporter.
There are quotes. There are quotes and there are videos.
Quotes from the reporter, not from the actual victim.
Within Snoops, one incident reportedly occurred in 1997. Miss Teen USA beauty pageant, Maria Bellotto, the former Miss Vermont Teen USA, were called, quote, I remember putting on my dress really quickly because I was like, oh my God, there's a man in here, end quote. Or I guess not, end quote. It continues. She remembered Trump saying, and I quote, don't worry, ladies, I've seen it all before, end quote. 4 other women alleged that Trump entered the dressing room. 11 contestants at BuzzFeed reached out, said they do not recall him in the dressing room. Right? That is quotes from Maria Bellotto. Those are putting quotes. Those are Maria Bellotto's words.
Did you not pay attention to the last part where it said 11 said no?
Yeah, but that's not the point. The point is here. The point is here. You said that this reported is biased. I believe these victims. You want to know why I believe these victims? You want to they're not victims. I believe the 11 contestants that said that they did not recall him in the dressing room. I believe that. A, dressing rooms are big. B, one man, 3 different pageants, multiple different years. One single man is not capable to sexually exploit every single contestant in 3 different pageants, many different years, right? I can agree with that. Not everyone got sexually exploited by Donald Trump. But you can agree that at least some people did get sexually exploited by Donald Trump. Not all of them, but some did.
Okay. So tell me how they were sexual. I'm sorry, it's TikTok. Tell me how they were, exploited.
Yeah, because we agreed to the definition. The definition of sexual exploitation is going to be any attempted abuse of position, attempted or actual abuse, a position of power, vulnerability to trust for sexual purposes. He uses position of power.
So every man in history is guilty of that. Then
not every man is. Are you a sexual exploiter?
Even you are guilty of that.
Am I a sexual? No, I'm not a sexual exploiter.
In history.
Explain. Go ahead. Explain. How? Explain.
Have you ever looked at a woman before when she wasn't in anything but her underwear?
If I didn't, unconsensually?
Have you ever looked at a woman on the beach when she was in just her,
no, I've never been to
her
the beach.
Bathing suit?
I've never been to the beach.
Oh. Where do you, quick question then, where are you from so I can make it a little more
Arizona.
relevant.
There's no beaches in Arizona.
Okay, Arizona, yeah, there's no beaches. God dang it. So, Grand Canyon.
I've never been. I need to, but I've never been.
Bro, come on, man. You've never been to the Grand Canyon and you live in Arizona.
Yeah, well. But go ahead. Explain to me how,
Anyway,
in accordance
so-
with my view, I would be a sexual exploiter. How would I be a sexual exploiter with my worldview?
If you have ever looked at a woman and thought
I've
unhealthy
looked at
thoughts,
women, yes.
have you ever
I mean,
thought,
whenever
hey,
I'm
that
out,
woman,
whenever like
that
I'm a
woman's
cashier, if a
beautiful?
cashier is like a woman, I look at them as well as men. I've looked at men.
You've
right?
never looked at a woman and said, "Oh, that's beautiful. I wonder what she'd be like." Never, not once in your entire
I've
life.
thought that like a woman could be like beautiful, sure, right? I mean, I can compliment someone and say, "Hey, you look gorgeous," right?
Well, you're a sexual abuser now.
What? I'm not. Hold on. Sexual exploitation is any actual or attempted abuse of position, of vulnerability, trust,
Are you
for
not a
sexual
man?
purposes, right?
Are you not a man?
So when I compliment a woman saying you're
Are
gorgeous,
you a man?
am I? Yes.
So are you not more powerful than a woman?
Am I more powerful than a woman? What do you mean by powerful?
Dude, okay. All right. Let's start at the very beginning with the dictionary.
But
okay?
the point is,
Powerful means...
it's attempted abuse of position of power. So let's say I am powerful than a woman, which I completely disagree with. Let's say for somehow
You're
for
not
I
more
am.
powerful than a
Well,
woman?
Let's
You're
say
weaker than a
hold
woman?
on.
Are you
Let's say-
weaker than a
let's say-
woman?
Let's say I grant you I'm powerful. Okay, let's say I grant you this.
No, I'm asking.
I didn't
no,
use the
I
position
wasn't
of my
asking you-
power to compliment that woman. I like
I
if
wasn't
I ever
asking you
compliment someone, I just
hypothetically.
call them like they're pretty. I don't know. Like what?
Not
How does that
asking
have
you
any
hypothetically.
correlation?
Not asking you hypothetically. I'm asking you, have you ever looked at a woman and said, wow, that's a beautiful woman, and then in pure thought?
Have I ever looked at a woman and said that they're like beautiful? Sure,
Mhm.
I've thought that some people are beautiful.
And then had the impure thought afterwards, right?
No, not every
Never?
person has impure thoughts.
What?
Not every single person has impure thoughts, quote unquote.
Okay, well then Trump didn't have impure thoughts. He just went in there and was like, hey, what's going on? We need to get you lined up. We need to get
Point
you
is
here. We need
here.
to get you there.
Hold on. The point is here. When I look at someone and think that they're beautiful, I am in a public space. A dressing room is a private space, right?
No,
there is
backstage.
no. Hold on. There is no reasonable privacy. You cannot have privacy in public. You cannot. You can't have privacy in public. The First Amendment, that is what the First Amendment says. There is no expected privacy, none at all. No expected privacy in public.
So
Doesn't
then
matter
there's
who
no
you are.
exploitation whatsoever.
In a private dressing room, yes.
Not
as
when
well
you're
as a private
backstage.
building.
Not when you're backstage.
But we agree that the victims said it was a dressing
No,
room.
you showed
and the
me- you
people who
showed me
wanted to
one.
back Trump said it was a dressing room. And Donald Trump described a dressing room.
Yes, and we both agree.
Perfect. So it's a dressing room, which means it's a women's only space. Men do not have consent to go into women's only space. It's colloquially understood as that. Men do not have consent to enter a women's only dressing room.
Are you willing
Therefore,
to die
it's
on that
sexual
hill?
exploitation. Yes,
You wanna
men,
die on that
men
hill?
should not be in women's spaces.
So transgenders should definitely not be in
Pivot, but
dressing
trans
rooms,
women
right?
are trans women are women.
Oh my god!
Pivot, but trans women are women. That's a pivot. Let's say I grant you this. Let's say trans women should not go into women's dressing rooms. I completely disagree with. Let's say I grant you with this. Under your worldview, you disagree with trans women and dressing in women's dressing rooms, and you disagree with Donald Trump being in dressing rooms as a man, which means you don't support trans women, which means you don't support Donald Trump, which means I absolutely cooked you, and I can also cook you and prove to you how a trans woman is a woman. But that is a pivot. That's a pivot, because you're trying to
Nope.
defend a P3D.
Not even close, bro. Like, you're trying to set standards, and then
I
you
am.
don't follow your
Men should not be in
standards.
women's
No.
spaces. Men
Hey, hold on.
should not be in women's
Can
spaces.
I answer you or not?
Go ahead.
Okay, so if I take your worldview to the end, and I say, oh, trans women are allowed in women's bathrooms, then what is the problem with Trump walking back there?
Because Trump is not a woman. He's a man. A trans woman is a woman, buddy. Trans women are women.
I right now I'm saying that Trump back then was a woman. He's good.
You
Oh,
do not
I
have the
can't.
authority-
I can't.
Hold on.
But you
hold
can
on.
tell me what a woman is.
Hold on. You do not have the authority to determine if Trump is a man or a woman.
But you do.
You don't.
You have that authority.
No,
right?
I don't either. I can't say that you're a woman.
Well,
I
then
can't
how
say
can
that
you
the
tell
chat.
me he wasn't? How can you tell me he wasn't then?
Because he identified as a man. You
He said that he was a
donut.
man? He said, "I'm a man,"
There is
and
no evidence. There is no evidence to present that he was trans ever at any point in history throughout his life. Was Donald Trump trans? Yes or no?
maybe he was.
Okay, you're a donut. There's no evidence to believe that Trump was trans. None
And
at all.
there's
Zero
no
evidence.
evidence saying that Trump it was in their dressing rooms.
Yes, there is. Victim
hold on.
said it, and Trump described the dressing room.
You have one account of one person where
And
there's
Trump's
multiple
admission of
accounts
guilt.
saying it never happened.
Hold on. The person who said that it never happened, who was trying to back Trump, said he announced himself, and he said he announced himself to walk into the dressing room. So even the person who tried to defend Trump said this happened in a dressing room.
So
Maria
then why
Bellato said it
aren't
happened
you-
in a dressing room. Donald Trump described a dressing room. You are a donut.
Then why aren't you so worried about having Joe Biden arrested? His own daughter said that she molested him.
Arrest Joe Biden. Arrest Joe Biden. That's
so
false.
where's your Joe Biden arrest?
Is Joe Biden president?
Place?
Is Joe Biden president?
No, but he was for
No,
4
Trump
years,
is
and I didn't
president.
hear shit from you, bro.
Yeah, I did not hold live streams up until like early 2025.
Oh wow! So Biden was still in office.
Yes.
Oh, okay. But where was your conviction saying that Joe Biden was a POS?
Because
where was that?
I think that there are no credible allegations against Joe Biden. That is a difference.
Except for his own daughter's diary.
His own daughter's diary that was stolen by media.
Oh, so because
by
it was
group.
stolen, it's
Hold
no
on.
longer
Let me
valid,
talk.
right?
Let me talk. A group that is known for altering words, and his own daughter came out and said that this did not happen. That they altered the actual wordings within the diary. His own daughter came out and said
You
that they
can
were
look
trying to.
any of this up, bro. Even today, Ashley still says that Joe Biden molested her.
Yeah, prove it. Prove it.
I can pull it up right now. That's like the easiest one to prove. Wow, that's the easiest one to prove.
You do this. This is a pivot. If there is evidence that Joe Biden essayed his daughter, arrest him, right? The same, but this is a pivot. You do the same thing over and over again. Trans people, Joe Biden, Obama, whoever. Hold Donald Trump accountable. Let's say arrest everyone in power who did this. Arrest them, including Donald Trump. Okay, I'm not here to defend Joe Biden. Joe Biden may not be a good person. There's no evidence there's no credible evidence of him being an SA'er, right? There's no evidence that he raped someone. But the point is here, if he did, arrest them, including Donald Trump, including Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton should probably be put in prison after a thorough investigation.
Here's the deal I'll make with you. Because I did offer the $100, and technically you did prove in some form of document that Trump was legitimately something with E. Jean Carroll. I will give you the $100, and